We're here today because I found out that my 5K iMac is done with operating systems. I can't upgrade anymore. So, since I apparently need to still edit and keep a job, I decided to go with the new Mac Studio. So, today we're going to unbox it. Here's what I got. I got the M1 Max processor with the 10-core CPU, the 32-core GPU, the 16-core neural engine. I have no idea what that is. My guess is that's how many hamsters are inside it. And then I upgraded. The two upgrades I did, this is a great deal. Like that by itself with the 24-core GPU is $19.99. Absolutely unheard of. I spent $5, $6, $7 grand on different editing towers and machines over the years, so I'm amazed with what the Mac Studio gives you. But I still had a couple of upgrades, so I added the 64 gigs of unified memory and a 1 terabyte SSD, which I think comes with 512. Not bad, especially as editors. We're supposed to keep all of our projects off of that application drive. I tend to do that, but goodness knows our application drives still get bogged down with stuff. So, all right, we're unboxing. First that, then looks like, there you go. How cool is that? And then we'll go backwards. Oh, come on. That's a very different look than I'm used to. So let's go this. We got some tearaway. And there it is. We'll dig into the goodies here in a sec. But there is the Mac Studio. Simple as that. Absolutely gorgeous. We've got two, oh my gosh, are they Thunderbolt 4 ports by now? I don't know. Something like that. And then, you know what? I'm super tired of finding my card readers. So this is really great that there's a card reader off the front. And then nice and vented on the bottom. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the back. From left to right, we've got 4 Thunderbolt 4-ish ports, Ethernet, power, 2 USB 3s we're going to go with, HDMI, and your headphone jack, and a cute little power button. I'm not gonna, I mean, okay, I'll go through the rest of the box, but it's gonna be a power cord and maybe like one other thing and a sticker. All of you watching in the comment section can tell me where you put your stickers. That is a whole bunch of recycled cardboard. This is kind of the same. It's a thicker material than what they're making the straws out of now. My recommendation is that they go to this thicker material for straws though, especially for anything over a 32-ounce drink. Well, 16-ounce drink. Power cord is super sleek and black and is not going to show. One thing about the white cords is how long does it take before your white cord looks like it's 10 years old. So I like a nice black braided. Yeah, huh? Braided cord. Check that out. Braided. You can't tell from there because it's just a black cord, but that's pretty sweet. And I was right. That's all that comes in it, unless there's more stuff that I don't know about. No. Oh, a little flap. Oh, Mac Studio. This and that. Welcome to this. Oh, they changed it. Look at. How many of you have a white sticker and don't have a black sticker like me? And it's bigger. It's a 33% larger sticker. I have a white vehicle. Well, it's still going to go in the window. You're hardly going to be able to see it. So there you go. There's your sticker. I'm a full-time editor. I could have said that off the top, but we needed to get in the unboxing, right? A full-time editor and cameraman. Have been in business for, oh my gosh, 28 years. I've skipped a lot of machines based on cost. This one I've been really excited to get into because it's a go-between on the consumer and pro. I'm going to load this up as a lean machine. I say that every time I get a new machine, but I'm gonna go for it this time. I'm gonna keep my old 5K iMac for Lightroom for now because I love that Retina display. At some point in time, Adobe and Apple are both gonna say, thanks for playing, you need to move on to a new machine, and that's fine. I have two Samsung M8s that I've been looking forward to putting into play here, and those will be more than enough for the editing experience. I edited in Premiere. I started in Premiere all those years ago in like 1995. That's what got me in, was the accessibility of the Adobe software. And then I left it for Final Cut for many versions, and then came back to Premiere when a lot of people did between that transition from Final Cut, I think it was 7 to 10X, whatever. I'm still Premiere. I'm still Adobe. I love the ecosystem. All right, let's put this in the studio. All right, so I got my setup the way I want it. A couple of things that are gonna change. Obviously, I don't want a big old cable plugged into my wireless mouse. I don't do that. I do this like every 7 years. I'm guessing that it probably won't notice it if it just was wireless for now. So I'll have to set up the keyboard, but I'm pretty sure I'll be good to go with the mouse. We'll find out. So I wanted you guys to see the whole process, going from totally set up, plugged in computer to every hard drive, to starting over again on a new Mac Studio. So we're gonna power up, and then we're also gonna find out if these two Samsung monitors fire up at the same time. One's plugged into the HDMI port on the back, and the other one's plugged into the USB-C port. Sorry, what is it? Thunderbolt 4. I'm gonna find out which Thunderbolt version we're working with. That's gonna be interesting. What do you want from me? That? So I'll turn that off and turn it back on and see if it likes that. So our first issue right out the bat is it doesn't see my mouse. Or
to use English as the main language, press the return key.
Wireless keyboard, so it's not seeing that either. So I might have to go to a wired mouse to get this started up, because I honestly can't stand the whatever magic mouse or whatever they still call it. So BRB. All right, I moved the trackpad over. I don't have a wired mouse, so we're gonna go through this.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
So it's seeing this. Never mind, return key. The return key for them means the little arrow down in the corner. To pair a Bluetooth keyboard, turn it on and wait for your computer to connect to it. Continue. I cannot wait to use that mouse. Okay, it didn't see my keyboard. I thought I turned that one off. Oh my gosh. Cannot be configured. That's cool. I'm gonna try dark look for a while. You know, that's the one thing I haven't tried for years, is the light or dark look. Just realized that's the new monitor. I haven't turned it on yet. Okay, so it saw the hard drive. I'm gonna now set up my other M8 Samsung.
Two simple options. How would you like to get started? Choose one.
I've got both displays on finally. I had to go through a quite humorous Samsung menu of nonsense, but here we are. We got two monitors. I'm set up. I'm really good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and download the Creative Cloud and get Adobe going. You are not connected to the internet. Didn't I do that already? Okay, I'm refused to go any further without my Logitech devices. So I'm gonna go ahead and download the Logitech software and drivers so I can do this in normal human speed instead of, I forgot how to use a trackpad and a tiny keyboard speed. Okay, so good news. Gone. It shifts to there because I use a trackpad for a number of things, app switching and a few things in Premiere. Primary, I'm a keyboard guy, and MX Master mouse I love. So that's all set up. I had to go through Logitech's site. They have one piece of software that you download, and then it just communicates with your Bluetooth, but you have to have that software. So you all probably know that because, you know, everybody on the internet knows things. For me, it's been years since I had to reset that up. Super easy once I just followed the instructions. Then had to go look up, here's how you make your keyboard discoverable, your mouse discoverable. It was a simple keystroke on the Logitech. There's only one button on the bottom of the mouse, so Logitech keyboard, and then there's one button on the bottom of the mouse. Had to hold that down for 3 seconds. I logged in and downloaded Adobe's Creative Cloud, kind of their main portal to all of their software and updates and things like that. Now I'm going into all apps. I'm gonna start downloading them once at a time. So we're installing Premiere Pro right now. With Premiere Pro, I'm not gonna download the whole suite right now, but there's a couple of things you gotta have. It'll probably pop up. They haven't popped up yet. Things like Camera Raw, Adobe Bridge, Media Encoder. Oh, actually look, it's downloading Media Encoder just on its own. It knew I needed it. Some of that other stuff I actually think I need more for like Lightroom and Photoshop. Right now, we'll just stick with the basics. I am gonna download the whole suite of software to this computer. I don't use it all. My main workflow is Premiere, After Effects, Photoshop. This is almost installed, so we are just about golden. All right, here we go. Adobe Premiere on an M1 Max. Verifying in the background. Got it first time through, giving access to all of the drives that it needs to write to. Right now I just have my internal drive on the Mac Studio set up, and then I have one external right now, and I think it's even plugged in through one of the okay, and then I'm gonna log out, sign out my iMac. First time I've been in 3 devices in a long time, so that's kind of crazy. I'm gonna have to get used to the bouncing around between a couple of machines for a while. All right, so we're in. I'm gonna just try to open up a recent project. Of all projects, this is a local distiller. It looks like I'm missing a filter. That's gonna be a tricky thing that I have to navigate. Is I used Magic Bullet's Denoiser 3. I do not think that legacy product works with the M1 chip. I've been looking at Neat Video's product, and I like price point and features. I'm probably switching to that today. Denoiser, the fun part will be having to go in and find how many clips I use Denoiser in. It's usually just there's a couple of clips that are like problem clips and I can find them pretty quickly, but that's gonna be a new thing that I'm gonna have to deal with. Oh yeah, I use Denoiser here. It'd be great if it came up with a big red bar in the timeline, but I don't think it will. I think it's just gonna be a crossed out effect in my effect controls window. So, is it possible that this just crashed? Let's see, yeah. So my first time up and it crashed. It's possible that's because some of those legacy effects that it's looking for and it's not finding. There'll be a little bit of a learning curve on what effects I need to add back into the system. I'm gonna do a restart, and this will be a great time to find out how quickly a restart happens on an M1 Max. I'm really digging the 232-inch monitors. This is my first time with 232-inch. I had 227s for a long time. The 5K iMac 27-inch, and then I had a matching 4K 27-inch monitor, and then got the M8 Samsung M8s. Really like those, but I hadn't had them as a pair set up yet because I was waiting to get the computer. So far, just the screen look is great. I don't know a lot of the jargon when it comes to monitors, but I would say like I really am happy with right out of the box the contrast. The colors are kind of buttery. Let's see here. Wait a sec for the mouse and keyboard to connect. Apparently, see that connected. I think it's hilarious that the first time I opened Premiere it crashed. And I know there's a variety of reasons. I opened up a existing project that spans about 3 years of production. So there are a number of things that can be sitting in that project that make it funky. I also think it's funny that my mouse has completely disappeared. And now it sees it, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna go into Premiere again, see if I can crash it again. Oh man, I gotta tell you, I love the fast startup. That's pretty fantastic. That app opened so much faster. Kind of crossing my fingers that it just needed a restart, but we'll see. First things first, when I get into Premiere is Here's the one thing that still exists for me from Final Cut Pro is my Final Cut keyboard layout. I haven't ditched it yet. Let's see it. My audio interface shows that it's connected. So let's see in Premiere if it's able to output to it. Scarlet. That's a good sign. It's asking for permission to the microphone. Well, I don't have a microphone plugged in, but it did see it as an output device. So I dig how easy it was with my audio interface just to plug in, and it just worked without any issue. As I'm scrolling through the footage, I'm completely pleased with how snappy it is. It's responding in the fashion that I always want to edit. Man, I feel like you can just kill hours and hours and hours and lose a lot of creativity and a lot of time just to be able to scroll through footage that quickly and find your place. Is some of you may be experiencing that on a daily basis, but as an editor, for all the years I've done it, I've put up with my gear. Sometimes I'm excited about my gear, and sometimes I'm just like, I can't upgrade, I'm gonna put up with it for a while. I've been there for a few years, so this is going to overnight change my level of productivity. So last test I wanna do is do an export of a 5.5 minute video in 4K, and we're gonna see how long that takes. So this is a 2160p 4K preset, which outputs at 80 megabits, bytes, whatever. It's a single pass VBR, variable bitrate. So I'm just export to the desktop, and we're gonna see how long it takes. Initially it's saying it's gonna take about 2 minutes. Honestly, if it's anywhere near that, that's day changing. With the 5K iMac, once I hit export, you were looking at probably a good 25-minute export. You just knew you hit export, you're gonna go find something else to do in the studio, go get some coffee, mow the lawn, whatever. This would be a phenomenal upgrade. It is completing right now, and so that file's on the desktop, and we're golden.
Fly fishing is the ultimate expression of the sport of fishing. It takes
Yeah.
the sport to its most artistic and yet simple form.
There it is in all its glory. Entire video done in 2 minutes. That is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously I recommend it. I'm kind of in real time astounded by what it's doing for the price point. I've never had a better computer. I'll do a follow-up once I've really put it through its paces and an actual build of a project from scratch using ProRes footage, H.264 footage, especially off of drones. Right now I'm shooting with a Mavic 2 Pro, and so I don't have ProRes on board the drone. I'm mixing media on every project, as most of you are. So to get that into this, what I would call a high-speed environment, and put it through its paces will be a fun follow-up. And so we'll catch you on the next one.